Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat Hansen. I am bringing you this show in an attempt to educate you about the forgotten creatures and beings that exist alongside of us on this amazing planet that we call home. Many of these hidden beings are elusive and highly intelligent. Our ancient ancestors of North and South America knew of and understood these beings quite well. Many people are coming into contact with these elusive creatures, and they do not have any knowledge or understanding of what it is they are seeing and interacting with. This oftentimes leaves these individuals fearful and confused. It's my intention to shed some light and share knowledge through this series. I am going to help alleviate that fear and confusion. It is time for the light to shine through the darkness. If you are interested in sharing your encounter, contact me directly at khathansen@yahoo.com, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Khat, your host. So today we're going to talk about the Nunnipi. Okay, and I'm doing this because I have a couple different reasons, but mainly because I get a lot of questions about them and the type of beings that they are. Okay, the Nunnipi are basically small people. They've been around for a long time. Nearest they can figure that the legends have been told about them is right around the 3,000 year mark. So maybe more, maybe twice as more, twice as much. We don't know. So basically what they are, Nunnipi are usually described as less than 4 feet in height. There's a bunch of different species, okay? So I need you to kind of bear with me here. Pretty much the main thing they all have in common is that Nunnipi, like I said, are less than 4 feet in height, usually smaller than even that. And they pretty much keep to themselves. They do not like humans very much. They don't like to be bothered by them or with them, or they try as little as possible to have interaction with us. Now, does that mean that all of them are like that? No, it does not. What it does mean is that each of them has their own personality, and pretty much the consensus as a whole, like when you go to a retirement village, you'll have some grouchy old people, and you'll have some really happy to have visitors, type people. Well, that's how the Nunnipi are, okay? They don't really know very much about these guys, okay? We don't know where they come from. We do know, like I said, their physical characteristics. They look pretty much human, although they do have a wide nose. And there again, some of the legends say that the reason that they have the wide nose on them is so that they can smell. They're very astute smellers. They use this for hunting, tracking purposes. Now, I find this interesting to me because we have the Stayama have the wide, flat nose, and they, use them for smelling as well. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like maybe all of them have it, maybe some of them have it, maybe only one or two have it. You know what I'm saying? There's never been like a ginormous group sighting of these people, like a mass exodus or any type of relocation or anything like that. Not that I have ever known. I think the largest group that I have heard about that was seen was like 8 to 12 people. And I do call them people because they are a type of people. like I said, you can't not describe them as people, because they are societal groups like we are familiar with, okay, like humans, okay? So they do have communities. At least that's what the legends say about them. The smallest ones, range anywhere from 10 to 12 inches high, clear up to the 4-footers. Okay, they have large heads, and they're kind of flattened too. And I'm not sure if the reason that they appear flattened is because they do head flattening, or if that's just the way that they are with their physiology. I'm just not sure. They have really big, dark eyes, which we tend to see a lot from people who live underground. They have the long arms and the different skin tones. They can range anywhere from really, really dark, like a burnt kind of earth color, to a red, to a real light yellow color. Some have hair, some have no hair, some have long hair, short hair, shaved heads. They're just like human society in that they all are different appearing. Some look very similar to Native American people, dressed in real primitive type clothing, all the way up to buckskin type clothing. Some have moccasins, some have the wraps, and some go barefoot. These guys are just as varied as we are. Some people say that they're ornery. Some people say that, they're kind of rude and snooty. And some people say they're kind of like a trickster, Others believe that these guys are like an apparition, or ghosts, and some believe that they're realm walkers. That means they come and step in and out of your dreams as well, which really wouldn't surprise me. I've been told that they can heal, or that they can kill you, or that they can actually cure your sickness. So there again, I think it just depends on the type of personality that they are. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. In the two that I've ever seen in my lifetime, they were very small, kind of hiding type, darting in and out of the rocks and the trees. They just kind of hide. They're very, very astute, just like the stema, with blending in with their areas. Some people say that they carry bows and arrows. The two that I saw had slings, like David and Goliath type sling, like a slingshot, a real rough made sling. And they had knives. They are just imbued with magical abilities and powers, and just the air around them. I've been told that when they do shoot arrows, or they do sling those rocks, they never miss, never. And the funny thing is that you will hear a very loud crack when they do it. So it's almost like a rifle shot echoing. They are very compact people, and when you see one, you would expect from my description of them to be like little frail beings, but they're really not. They're very stocky, heavy built people, and this gives them the ability to lift and carry heavy things, I believe. You know, some of the myths, from the different tribes say that they come from the heavens, and that they are star beings, and that they can work their wiles with Earth's gravity, and physics, and they can mess with humans' heads, literally. These guys have certain powers that we don't have here, so it's kind of interesting in that the stories that we tell about them, like I said, they're very human-like, the Nunnipi have souls, we have male and female. I don't really know what a female looks like because I've never even heard of one. The description, you know what I'm saying? I've never heard a description of a female Nunnipi, I have heard the stories over and over, and as I said, the two that I interacted with were male. There are legends about certain animals that do not get on with the Nunnipi very well, and I guess the Nunnipi antagonize, for instance, eagles, and they steal their eggs, and they're throwing rocks at them. They're always doing something so that they can get something. I do know that about them, and so that kind of promotes, I don't know, I guess you want to say not a hard feeling, but a standoffishness nature between some of the animals and the Nunnipi, I don't know. I just have always been told that wherever Nunnipi are, they are a type of protector, healer, like I said, tricksterish. But by that same token, I've been taught too that wherever they are, they interact with the stayama, I'm kind of surprised that not very many people don't talk about them more, because there's been such an interest in the little people, and little people being fairies, fae, whatever you want to call them. I figured the Nunnipi would be coming up in mention, but they haven't, and they're very fascinating because, like I said, they mirror human culture and human society. So basically, I guess the message that I'm giving everyone is that if you come across little people when you are out and about in your travels in the woods and the forests and the beach and the mountains and the deserts, I kind of want you to be a little bit aware of what you're doing, because some cannot have as good of intentions as others. So the Nunnipi are one of those, okay? Some, like I said, are really benevolent, and others are really cantankerous. So I think that these are one group of beings that need to be approached with caution. Not saying that they're going to kill you or anything like that. I'm just saying you need to be aware of who you're interacting with, okay? And if you want to see what a Nunnipi looks like, I think your best bet would be probably to go online and look up the San Pedro Mountain, or I think it's San Pete Mountain mummy, the little guy who was found in Wyoming. That's a really good example of Nunnipi. And for that, I guess I'm going to end this one, because I really just wanted to basically touch and open the subject here, because I get a couple requests for these guys, every now and then. And I thought it was important to let everyone know exactly what and who the Nunnipi are. These are our neighbors. They're out there. They may come up at night and they may not. You may never see one. But in the off chance that you do, just remember that all the conscious cryptids are capable of interacting with humans and have the ability to understand human speech. So, I'm going to leave it at that. And I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope to see you at the next lesson. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.